Hello, welcome to Mule ESB tutorial. My name is Prasad. Today we are going to discuss about how to expose a contract first web service in Mule ESB. So in the integration scenario, we will integrate different entities like we integrate web services, we integrate messaging queues, we integrate databases, file systems. So web services are one of the major building blocks in the integration world. And Mule provides an fantastic support in exposing and consuming SOAP and REST-based web services. In today's session, we are going to discuss about how to expose a contract first web services in Mule ESB. And I define a few steps over here in developing in exposing a SOAP-based contract first web service in Mule ESB. We'll analyze step by step. And initially, I give a brief introduction about the contract first web service. So, in first web service, we develop the visual and schema files. So, what is visual and what is schema? Schema and visual defines the request and response type and of a web service. So, how the request should be and what is the response should be, they will define in schema file, and the visual contains the operation, binding, protocol, and where is the actual the service up and running, all these details. So once the visual and schemas are defined, we generate a tool. The Mule contains a tool. It will generate the corresponding Java artifacts, like all the Java objects based on the schema using JAXB. Okay, one in the runtime when it got the request, it will convert to the Java objects, and the Java objects will be invoked in the service. So that is the different, this I'm going to a brief introduction on the JAX WS. So I'll show my visual file. You'll get some idea, and this is the visual file. So this visual file contains types information. This is the types you can assume like the data types that we use in our programming language. So in XML scenario, we will define all these types, corresponding custom data types in the type section. In the message section, we will define our request message and the response message. So how the request should be and how the response should be. And in the port type section, we will define the operation. What is the different method will take the request and sends back the response. In the binding section, we bind this port type to an protocol like the SOAP based protocol. SOAP protocol. This web service supports the JMS and SMTP protocols also. Now I am configuring the HTTP, the transport protocol, and this service section views where actually the service is up and running. Now this web service is not deployed anywhere. This is a abstract web service, so there is no exact IP address is there where in which machine this particular web service is up and running. So this is information I need to provide, and as if we go through the step by step, first we need to develop the schemas and visual file as per the business requirement. So I will explain my business requirement of this visual file. The business requirement is a movie search. In the movie search, the customer gives the city name in which city want like to watch movie, and the movie name and date. The customer provides the movie name and on which date and the city. The response will be the theater names, like in which cinemas the particular movie is playing, and the show times on which cinema are the different show times the movie is playing. So this is my response. So if you see the visual file, this is the movie search request. The movie search request is of movie search request, and movie search request It contains movie search, movie search. The input are the location means city, date, and movie name, and the response contains the cinema name and show times. So this is my business requirement, and for this business requirement, next we need to create a project in Anypoint Studio. Now I'm going to create a project in Anypoint Studio. New Mule project. Mule project. Give so this is my project and this is my flow. And once the project is defined, next step is copy the schema and visual files. So I'm copying, this is my visual file. I'm copying this to this folder, src main visual. Okay, src main visual. Once I copied this visual file, I'm going to create an HTTP connector. So this is my inbound endpoint to my flow, HTTP connector, and I need to give the port configuration. We're actually post. I like to run this project on 90 91. So I'm giving 9081 as my port, and I'm path as next. I need to configure the CXF component. So CXF is an implementation of JAX WS specification. So Mule uses the CXF as CXF implementation for exposing and consuming JAX WS web services. So in the CXF, now we are going to create a JAX WS service, and we will going to generate the service artifacts from the WSDL. So here it is there, generate from WSDL. Click in this and use WSDL file in the current project. And here we need to give the package name, under which package you want to generate the sources. com dot any package you will give. I'm just giving com dot ssws. So see here my the src main java, under this com dot ssws my service artifacts got generated, and we are interested about this movie service interface. This is the actual service endpoint interface generated from the WSDL, and we need to implement this service endpoint interface. Okay, and going to step, and we configure the HTTP endpoint, and we configure the CXF component, and just we are observing what is service endpoint interface. If you observe the service endpoint interface, there is operation method called an movie search. So what are the input of this movie search method? We are passing the location, and we're passing the date, and passing the movie name. So, and what is the output? Output will be list of show type. What is the list of show type? What is show type? Show type is generated from the visual file, from the schema file. The show type contains cinema name and show times. For this particular movie, what are different show times available are? Okay, this is the list of this show type is our response. Now I am going to implement the movie service, and for this I am going to give one sub package com.ss.ws.impl. In this impl package I am going to give my implementation, and I'm going to create a Java class movie service impl. In the movie service impl, it implements movie service and add corresponding unimplement methods. Okay, and one more important thing is we need to give at web service annotation. This web service annotation tells that this class is not a normal class, rather it is a web service. So this at web service annotation should be there on interface and implementation. Just copying this web service annotation from interface. Okay, and better to copy the generated stuff like annotation on the method and annotation of parameters, movie search. I'm giving implementation to this. So what I am implementing is just I am hard coding a simple movie name and theater name from location, sorry, city name, and the response should return inox multiplex and this show times. For simplicity I'm just providing a simple implementation of this web service. So my implementation is done and we need to configure the implementation in the flow. So how you configure? Using a Java component. Java, drag it and configure it. So my complete implementation is completed and I am going to run this. Meanwhile open the SOAP UI. So my service is deployed in the Mule runtime. I will check how my deployed visual should look like. HTTP localhost 9081 contract visual. This is my URL for visual. So this my service is up and running. Copy a file. So project. Just give everyone the path. Showing the response using SoapUI. Here you go. You got the response. So this is the process. I've just explained you simple SOAP based CXF web service. In the next tutorial, we'll go some complex configurations. We explore all the rest of the options. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching my video.